concept for this series is simple. What would happen if you took a vanilla Minecraft player and gave them all the mods to play with? Would they thrive in this beautiful and complex world? Or would it be simply too much for them to handle? Welcome to All the Mods 9. Hey everyone, my name is KryptoCal, and welcome to the next episode of All the Mods 9. We're starting off here back where we ended the last episode, and we've been doing a little bit of work here around the base. Me and Grace currently aren't in a voice call, but we're just kind of doing our own thing for a little bit. I think Grace right now is deciding on some blocks to use in her palette for her build that she's going to be working on, so that's pretty cool. We decided to upgrade all the barrels to diamond barrels, and essentially these are just going to give us a lot more storage options here, at least until we can get a proper storage system up and running, which hopefully won't take too much longer. All the barrels here in the middle, I have given some stack upgrades, so a lot of our bulk stuff like cobblestone and stuff will stack a little bit more in this one barrel. So overall, working out pretty well. We went ahead and fortuned all of our ore down. Yeah, so we have plenty of ore here from our mining expedition here. We have absolute ton of copper, gold, and iron, and then also the platinum for the hammers. So that's really good. We have a little bit more over here as well. Now, obviously, this just is a temporary little spot for storage, and we're going to be making massive changes to this area over time, but I think there should be plenty of storage for the early game at least. We also have over here just our same old botany pots that have been running very well, and it looks like we are getting close to being backed up on a lot of these resources, so we're going to have to look at probably putting a barrel here to change these out. And of course, a wandering trader will spawn right in my face at any point. So on the topic of pallets and builds, we have a pretty rough plan / idea of what we want to be doing here in this little valley area in terms of our builds. So far, what we've decided is Grace is going to be taking one side of this valley, and I believe she's going to be building on this side over here, which I guess would be the east side of the valley. And I'm going to be building primarily on the west side of the valley. But in between both of our builds, we're going to have one massive bridge stemming from up there where our current base is, all the way over to where that lip is on that side. And that's going to be our main connecting point. Now, obviously, once we have our sides, we're kind of free to do whatever we want in terms of our build style and such. Now, we haven't really planned out this bridge idea yet, but it's going to have to be a fairly sizable bridge because we are going to be running it the entire span of this. So I'm thinking this is going to be a fairly sizable build, and I'm probably going to have to do a little bit of terraforming over here to make the bridge actually make sense, because we're going to have some supporting pillars coming down to the floor. Probably at least 2 pillars, maybe even 3. So I think that's going to be the build that I want to work on first. Because before we get ourselves working on building our own bases, I figure it might be a good idea to get that main connecting build done. And it just will make the whole area feel a little more connected right off the bat. So at this block, we're at 937. So what I'm going to do is basically measure from here to here, figure out our length. So now because we're going to have 3 main pillars, at least that's the plan, 3 main pillars going down to the ground to support it, that means there's going to be 4 sections of this bridge. So that basically means that whatever the distance of the bridge is, we want it to be a quarter of it, and that's going to basically take us to the middle of each post. We can actually craft up something to help us with that, which is the tape measure from the measurements mod. And it takes 3 gray wool, 2 yellow wool, and an iron ingot. We do have some wool here, okay, so we need 3 gray wool, and we also need some yellow wool, but we can craft that up, and an iron ingot. So the way this thing works, I believe, is you right click on the first block here. Yeah, so if we right click now, and we can keep it in our offhand, and then fly all the way over to the other side, and right click the middle of the other block, and that should give us the distance. And it says it's 120 blocks. It's hard to read it because it's in the air, but 120 blocks is effectively what our total distance from one side to the other is. So that means that every 30 blocks, we're going to have a pillar going down to the ground, and that's what we're going to use to have our supports, which means that we want to go to 967, which will be our first spot, which will be, looks like it's going to be over the water a little bit. That'll be the center of the pillar. So I'm going to go ahead and just mark this off with some cobble for now. So that way I can lay this all out and see what it's going to look like kind of roughly based on the size of this. So I think that'll be a good start, but I think I might go for a 7x7 and see what that looks like from back here. Yeah, I think that's a little bit better in terms of size, and obviously we can still thicken it or make it a little narrower if we have to, but I think that's a good starting point. Now we can actually get to work on designing the shape and also the palette. And this is where we're going to have our bridge start. Yeah, it's a pretty good start, actually. I mean, for using mostly the wand, I think that actually turned out pretty well. I think that if we do 2 more of those on all of our pillar sites, connect up the bridge and detail it, and then also add in some archways underneath connecting all of the pillars, I think that's going to look amazing. And I went ahead and placed the top part here of the bridge so we can see exactly the level we're going to be working on. Obviously, it's just a very flat piece of stone right now, but we're going to add some detail to that. And we'll be adding some arches under these, obviously, in the near future. But for now, I want to go ahead and get the other 2 pillars in so we can take a look at this and see what this looks like all finished up. All right, and after a little bit of building here, that didn't take too long at all with the wand, we should, if we come up here and turn ourselves around, have, there we go, all 3 of these pillars are finished. Now the top part of the bridge obviously looks a little silly right now because it is only just a one thick piece of stone slab all the way across connecting both sides. But overall, I think once we add in the arches and some details on the side of the bridge and texture the bridge itself, I think this is going to look super, super cool. So we'll keep working on the bridge in a little bit, but for now, I want to take a little bit of a break and go on a bit of an adventure. We're going to meet up with Grace, and we're going to go ahead and keep progressing along the pack. Now, we have quite a bit of stuff already checked off on the beginning quest line here. Yeah, I went ahead and combined a couple of the fortune books. I have Fortune 7 right now. I could probably squeeze out Fortune 8, but that just requires a bunch more diamonds, which we have now, I guess. It's not a huge deal, but is there anything else I want to enchant before we go? Maybe I'll try and re-roll the helmet. It's time.
Let's go.
Prepare yourself. Task complete. Kill Wither's Skeleton. Wait, huh? Dora has awoken. That is terrifying.
That's
Well, hello
wow.
there. Good luck.
We're the best that ever lived.
Let's maybe just block off the back of this.
This is Dora. What is Dora? Oh, a zombie.
Dora is an explorer. Uh-oh. You stupid ghast. We do have the Nether fortress right here. We could probably go and actually loot that now. We're already here. We might as well. The biome that the Nether fortress is in is called a Withered Abyss, which I think is a biome that naturally spawns wither skeletons, which is kind of spooky. Also, if you look to the
Oh, there's a place.
Hello!
Ow.
where did he
why is
even come
here?
from? Hello, brother.
What?
No. I think what we can do is probably do a little bit of looting and then come back here and then maybe grab some ancient debris as on our way out. Because we do have the scroll and I want to use that near the end when we're like ready to kind of go back. Okay. Haha, you scared me.
Oh gosh.
I just heard
You
running
scared
up.
me by being scared by me.
Alright, there's a blaze spawner down there we can get to. I might silk touch it then. I'm just gonna fly in and grab it with no issues at all.
It's going to be effortless.
Actually, that was pretty clean, not gonna lie.
Where are you? Also, why is there TNT? Also, what is that?
I love it. It's purple.
I actually have the
That
superstitious
Wither Skeleton has a bow.
superstitious hat that actually will let me get an extra bit of luck. Put it on my
That Wither
head
Skeleton has a
slot.
bow, and I am not messing with that from up close. Why am I on fire?
I don't know. This one has a create door to enter.
Why can't I break this? There's a vibranium here, and I can't break it.
Oh, don't break the vibranium. That's rare ore, but you need to have an aluminium pickaxe to
Okay,
break
because
it.
there's 3 of them here. I can see right off the bat.
Okay, we'll come back to them. Is that a
There you go.
piglin? Oh, that is a piglin. Uh-oh. Ouch. Oh, you're fast. Oh, you're fast. Oh, he's so fast.
Oh gosh. Can you fly away?
He's so fast.
Can you fly away? Can you fly away? Al?
I'm trying. He's actually so fast. Get on top of the pillar.
Oh, he fell. He died in lava.
So we
Okay.
can go to the very top here and
Oops.
start fighting these guys. The loot in these, I'm pretty sure, is not that good. From what I remember. Yeah, all this loot is just terrible. Like, why would you come here? Ooh, a smithing template, though. Slain enemies drop 25% more experience. Okay, I'll take it. Oh, who just spawned?
What the heck is that?
Vanamar, the misunderstood. Imagine just being misunderstood.
Imagine that being your entire title.
That's just your thing, is being misunderstood. We're also down at Y15, so we could probably even just branch off of here underground and try and do some ancient debris mining from here.
It's not a bad idea, yeah.
So we can just teleport home with our warp stones.
That would be pretty good.
Oh, I found our first piece.
Oh, that's convenient.
Netherite scroll, here we go. Can you
have
get
it.
it?
So. No, I don't think so. I think it's just you. That's okay though.
Oh wow, look at it all. This is
I have
great.
no idea.
This
I
is
have
the
no
only
idea
way
what
to mine for ancient debris. How much longer do I have? 2 minutes. Go, 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 go.
Run! I'm confused about this place. Someone the Toasty just showed up, by the way, and I think that's the funniest name they could have given anything.
Ooh, a magma cube spawner for me?
The flowers here set me on fire. I found some more vibranium.
Yeah, I'm kind of
Channel.
lost here. There's probably a little more loot here that I could get, but eh. How many of those orbs do we actually have here? Oh.
We have 39 more. I have them.
Okay,
Here.
I have 20.
How many did you take?
I have 28 right now.
Oh. Okay.
I'm just gonna do all hearts.
Hearts are always good.
There we go. I have into the yellow hearts now.
How much of the netherite scrap did we get?
I haven't crushed it all down, but we have 6. I have enough for us to have 2 netherite ingots each. We can make more though. I have 49 ancient debris sitting there. How much does a structure compass cost? More than we have. Okay, never mind. All right, we gotta fly around to look for a bastion, I guess.
Let's go.
Oh, there's a blaze spawner in here.
What is that? It's adorable.
This is like kind of another
What
fortress.
is that? Oh, no. Uh-oh.
This is like a... What? Is this a portal somewhere? Milky Way Stargate. Oh. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to find a code for this Stargate to go somewhere. Must be like a different dimension or something. I'll come back to that later. Oh, this is the worst biome in the entire game. Ugh. It's the fleshy biome. Ugh. I hate this one so much. It's so uncomfy. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's just fleshy.
Mentally not ready for that. Thanks, though.
There's a lot of brutes in here. Like, realistically, I could probably take these guys. We're just gonna do this the safe way. I think that the smithing template is only at that one spot at the bottom of this one.
No, that's where you get a guaranteed smithing template.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's a guarantee. That doesn't... If it's a treasure bastion, that means it's a guarantee, but it's not the only place you can get it. I got it at gas tier, which is nice. 2 gas tiers.
I got the template.
Run! Oh, I'm being attacked by armor?
It was very cold.
A walking suit of armor.
Oh, that's the Iron Spell's Ancient Knight or something, right? Yeah.
He's really scary.
He drops netherite scrap. Actually, he's really good to pick up and use as like a mob farm because he drops like infinite netherite then.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna fight a bunch of these guys because there's a bunch of them here. These guys are really scary. Wait, you're actually just fighting? You're braver than I am. Yeah, you're braver than I am.
He
Nope.
drops Cinder Essence. It would actually be good to grab one of these guys before we kill them all. We're gonna go ahead and make a couple of mob swabs. Let's grab a swab of this guy. What I'm doing is using the mob swabs to collect their DNA for later. I have a blaze, a wither skeleton. I'll come get one of those ancient knights, and then maybe an enderman or something. Hello, sir. All right, I swabbed him.
Guy there.
Uh-oh.
Oh, cow!
Uh-oh.
No!
I think I'm gonna cut my losses while I'm ahead. Now, after all that looting, though, we at least have the smithing template. We can, I think, duplicate this pretty easy. Let's get a couple duplicates out just so we just don't lose them. Surround this by diamonds. There we go. How many is too many? Is 10 okay?
Sure.
1 piece of netherite. Then we should be able to take our fortune pickaxe, put this into the table, and upgrade this. So here there's a coding smithing template, which involves you using one smithing template with blueprint paper and bort. Do we have bort?
Yes, we do.
Where's the bort? Oh,
It's
we
in
only
block
got
form.
3. Okay, well, there
We
we
have it
go.
in block form.
Here is our first coding template, which we can then duplicate this one. So we actually didn't need to make this many smithing templates.
It's fine.
I'm just gonna make like, I don't know. There we go. 7 of them is good. We can put the netherite ingot in, 1 coding template, and then code our fortune pick to make it a netherite fortune pick, which will keep all of the enchants on it, which is beautiful. And there we go. So we have the upgrade, which means we can now mine all the modium. So I've been doing a little bit of work in creative, working on designing the pillars and also the arches that are going to go in between the pillars. Because right now the pillars are good, but I think they need a little bit extra shape to them just to kind of make them a little more interesting. And because this is quite a large build, I wanted to make sure I got the shape of the arches right first before I decided to try and go place them all in, because trying to shape an arch with a build this size with our current setup here would be a very tedious process. And I have 3 schematics using the create mod for all 3 of these different designs. So we're going to actually go ahead and make use of those to show you what I mean. So we need a couple things here to get the schematic cannon and the related schematics out. We're going to need to grab a dispenser here. We also need 2 blocks of iron. So we'll go ahead and grab out a little bit of iron here. And we also need some smooth stone if we have it. And then finally, we just need 2 logs. We'll just grab some of the mineral here, and that should be good. So we can craft our schematic cannon up, which is fantastic. Here is our schematic table. And then we need some light blue dye and paper. And this is how we're going to go ahead and create all 3 schematics. So what we can do is go ahead and just place down our schematic table. Let's go and put our first schematic in, and I have 3 schematics ready to go. The first one is called Bridge Arch. You can upload this. So we're going to want this to place down at the floor level. So let's go ahead and just place it down here, just like this, and then we can back up and take a better look. All right, so here is the bridge arch design that I have come up with. It's just basically the exact same palette. It just kind of slots in nicely in between each pillar. So we can just adjust the X and Z positioning just like this, very straightforward. And we want it to be just basically tucked in here. Just want to make sure I have the right dimensions. There we go. It should be 1 block inset, just like that, which is perfect. And we also just need to move this so it goes right underneath the bridge. Yeah, so the plan right now is to have 4 of these arches total, 1 in between each segment. Now, I'm tempted to have 2 of these schematic cannons running at the same time, just because this might take a little long if we don't. So I'm going to go ahead and craft 1 more up. So I think we can actually use the backpacks here as the inventory that these can check from. So we'll go ahead and place a backpack down beside them. Yeah, so I'll gather all the materials up to put in each of these backpacks, and we'll get these cannons started. All right, so I think this should be pretty much it for the left backpack. We are all set here. All right, with all that being said, let's go ahead and get these started. And there we go. They are doing their thing, and we can go ahead and just get a good look out from our lookout view. Now I want to do this again here on both sides, probably right away if I can. The only thing that I'm kind of hesitant on is I think I'm going to be running out of materials. I can go double check, but I think I'm out of some stuff like stone, and I'm running out of tuff as well. So I might have to go back down to the mines for a little and gather a little bit up. But that's not going to take too long with vein mine and such. So we'll go get a few more resources, and then we can get those last 2 arches in. Come here, buddy. What do you give me? A marble spade and a crappy piece of chainmail. Cool. It's a decent bow. If I actually combined these, I might be able to get a better bow if I keep the elven bow and then just put all the enchants off of this one onto it. That could be kind of good. Not much else, though. All right, so I think that should be everything for this cannon. So we'll get this one started here, and let's go and see if we can get the other one started too. Ah, I see we have some friends. Yep, that looks right. So we'll go ahead and bring this back down here. We'll place this inside of there. And there we go. We have all the materials ready for this one as well. So we can go ahead and get this started too. So once the arch finishes up here, I have another schematic that I'll show you really quick. And it's a much smaller schematic. Basically what it does is, if I can demonstrate this, let's bring this out a little bit to show. All I have here is a single 5 wide strip that is going to basically place up against all the faces of these pillars. Yeah, so that's basically how it's going to look here. It's obviously just a schematic right now, but it's going to add a little bit of depth to all the faces. And I'm going to do this on all 4 sides of every single pillar. And the materials for this one shouldn't be as bad. If I go ahead and just double check with our material list, let's see what we're going to need. Some more cut deep slate stuff and cobble, but I think that is all stuff we should have. We have all the deep slate in here, so we can get some of the cut stuff pretty straightforward. All we have to do is just take it and put it inside of our stonecutter. All right, so we have everything we need for this one first layer. So we'll go ahead and give it a little bit of gunpowder, which it has, and we'll get this thing started. And we should be able to place this now on the other side. The thing I have to keep in mind is I have to make sure this is all at the same Y level. So we're going to want to bring this down by 1. And then we also want to rotate it so that the vertical slabs are facing into the pillar, not out of the pillar. All right, so the first one is finished here, which is fantastic. We can actually grab this out. And while the other one's running, we can keep basically making more and more of these. I have this set to not skip missing blocks. So it'll pause if it runs out of something that it needs. So then we won't actually miss anything. So anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and do this for a little bit. We're going to go and get this done on all 3 pillars here, and then we'll come back. And doing a little fly in from the distance here. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, that looks so good. It's actually starting to look like a bit of a bridge. Or a lot of a bridge. Also, the fact that I built a bridge so far and nothing else is kind of funny. For now, the last thing that I want to do is actually use one more schematic, and we have to place 3 segments, one on top of each pillar. That's going to kind of cap off the top and make it look a little more intentional, I guess. Not sure if that's the word. So our last schematic is called the caps schematic here. Effectively, this is just going to be an edge piece. So if I just move this into position, so from the ground level, it's going to kind of look like this. Not the most complicated thing in the world. It's just meant to be a little bit of a stone cap on each top. And I could always add some detail to it in the future if I want to, but I think just having one of those on each side of the pillars is going to look pretty good. And there we go. So the last one is being placed in. Let's go and give this a look from the distance. One final time here. Oh, it's thunderstorming. Of course. Why wouldn't it? Look at it looming in the distance there, looking all menacing. It ties this area together so nicely, actually. Like, it just makes sense here. Like, it connects both sides of this big river, because the river here is quite wide. This is going to be a great starting point to then build our bases off of. I have the mountain to the left, and Grace has it to the right, so this is going to tie both of our bases together nicely. But that's going to do it for this episode, I think. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. I really hope you did enjoy. If you did, feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Also, if you haven't already, be sure to join the Discord. The link is in the description down below. But that's it for me, everybody. I hope you all have a good one, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Bye!